Hey, Coach Dan Blewett here, and it is almost tryout season for most of the country for high school baseball and softball, for junior high seasons, well, not junior high seasons, but junior high age kids to start their typical spring season. So, big time of year. So, I want to go over we'll go over like five-ish tryout tips, and these are important. A lot of them are mental, but they can really help optimize your chance of making a team. And that's weird that I just said optimize for making a team. This world's so like data driven now. I don't even know who I am. But if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. There's a button, there's a bell. I put up new baseball videos each week. So if you're new here and you want to learn more about the game, definitely stick around and subscribe. Okay, so number one, be the best version of yourself. The biggest thing that my college coach told me, he would say, Dan, you can't try harder in this game. That's a little bit well, that's my best Coach J impression, but he was absolutely right. You can't try harder in anything. And what that means is you practice and you teach yourself the motions and you learn what you can and can't do. And when you try to go above and beyond and do everything at once, or try to get 3 hits in one at bat, or try to get the game-winning hit, you end up tensing up and seizing up, and everything gets harder. So don't try to do things you can't do when you're being evaluated. Just relax and try to be the best version of yourself that you can. Number two, hustle everywhere. This one kind of goes without saying, but coaches are on the lookout for lazy players, and they're on the lookout for trying to figure out who is actually going to be Johnny Hustle during the season, not just Johnny eyewash fake hustle during tryouts. So make sure you're hustling. That's just like easy, controllable stuff. They want to know that you want to be there, and if you're dragging your feet around, they're just going to assume that you're not that passionate about baseball. Number three, be on time. This is like the only rule in pro baseball. Be on time. There's other rules, obviously. A lot of them are unwritten, but be on time is the biggest thing. So make sure you're there early, be seen early, and be on time. Number four, introduce yourself to the coaching staff, especially if you're a freshman or you're new, or you're JV moving up to varsity. Introduce yourself. You're trying to be memorable. And if you can shake someone's hand and give a firm handshake, not a hello, I have a limp, here's a dead carp handshake. But if you can say hello and be memorable, and they say, oh, I didn't know that kid, but seems nice, John Smith. They just have, you want to get some name recognition, and you want them to remember you. So introduce yourself, say hello, look them in the eye, give them a good handshake. First impressions are huge, and if it comes down between you and some other player who's kind of the same, it might come down to the fact that they feel like, yeah, I like that kid. He seems like he'll look you in the eye, and he'll seem coachable. So introduce yourself goes a long way. Number five, conduct yourself like a pro. And what that means is when everyone's in line to hit in the cage, or getting warm in the outfield, or going through the routine, show that you have a routine. Show that you have a process. Here's how I get ready to hit in the cage. Here's how I get ready to take my round of BP. Here's how I throw in the outfield to get ready for my bullpen. That stuff is a good indicator of what's going to happen during the season. Players with good routines are players who've been taught well, or who have really tinkered with their game. So if you have a routine, show it off. Show that you're focused, show that the little things count, that there's attention to detail, and that they can trust you to go out and do what you need to do, and to be prepared when they're not looking. Because that's a really important thing. All the pros, they harp on routine, routine, routine. Routine is so big, and it takes so long to develop the perfect one, to go back to point number one, to be the best version of you. So make sure when you have instructions like, hey guys, we're gonna go do ground balls, we're gonna do fly balls, we're gonna hit, we're gonna pitch, we're gonna go play guys in the outfield, make sure you have some sort of routine and you conduct yourself like a professional. Be on task, do the things you're supposed to do, and just show that you know what you're doing and have a plan, all right? So not an exhaustive list, but I wanted to cover a couple just here today. So make sure you give yourself the best chance at tryouts to make the team. And by doing that, it's always a lot of little things. Obviously, your talent level is going to show itself, but don't try harder. Be the best version you can. Be respectable, show up on time, look people in the eyes, and do things the right way, and you'll give yourself the best chance of making the team. All right? Remember, stick around. There's new videos each week. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you here soon.